All right, today we're going to dive deep into a really clever marketing strategy coming out of the Texas Panhandle. It is an absolute masterclass in how you can take a common and frankly a pretty dangerous household problem and turn it into a steady, predictable flow of high-value customers.
So let me just kick things off with a question for you. What do you think is the biggest hidden risk that's just lurking in your neighborhood right now? The answer might actually surprise you. And you know what? It's the key to this entire strategy. You see, for thousands and thousands of homes in towns like Amarillo and Pampa, that risk, well, it's hiding in plain sight. It's right there, behind a small metal door in a hallway, or maybe out in the garage. We are talking about the electrical panel.
So, first things first, let's really get a handle on this hidden danger, because the reality is, in thousands of homes, these old electrical panels are basically ticking time bombs.
The whole problem really just boils down to this simple comparison. You've got these older fuse boxes that were just never ever designed for the way we live today, making them a huge fire hazard. The solution? A modern panel. It's built not just for today's power needs, but also to meet really crucial safety regulations. You're going from a liability to an asset.
Okay, so why are they failing now all of a sudden? It's actually pretty simple. Our lives have completely changed. We're adding things like EV chargers, powerful new AC units, tankless water heaters. The electrical systems from 50 years ago, they were never meant to handle that kind of load. And look, this isn't just an inconvenience, it's a major safety and compliance issue.
And that widespread safety issue, that is precisely where the marketing opportunity lies. Instead of just seeing a problem, smart businesses are framing it as a chance to provide a critical service. It's all about turning a community risk into a major business win.
You know, this quote from the source material just says it all. When someone calls about a failing electrical panel, they are not just shopping around. They're not kicking the tires. These are non-negotiable projects. They have to get it done, period. So the crucial point here is that these are some of the most qualified, high-value leads any tradesman could ever hope for.
All right, so the million-dollar question. How do you actually find these super motivated customers? Well, the playbook starts by targeting their urgent searches, focusing on winning over buyers who are ready to hire someone right now.
The key concept you've got to understand here is something called commercial intent. We're not talking about someone just casually browsing the web. No, this is a person with a very specific, very urgent problem, and they are actively looking for a professional to come fix it. They've basically got their wallet out, ready to make a choice. And how do you find them? You target the exact phrases they're typing into Google. I mean, look at these examples. They're not just searching for electrician. They're searching for the exact high-stakes solution they need right in their specific town. That level of detail, it's a massive signal of intent.
And this is where the strategy gets really smart. It gets even more specific. The marketing content for a place like Amarillo is all about panel upgrades and the local permit rules. But for Pampa, a town with a different type of housing, the angle totally shifts to focus on legacy issues and common problems in older homes. It's hyperlocal and hyper-relevant.
Now you might be thinking, wow, creating all of that super specific expert content for every little town, that sounds like a ton of work. And you'd be right. It would be, if not for a key tool, using AI as a massive efficiency multiplier.
But hold on, this isn't about just pushing a button and getting some generic robot-written article. No, it's a sophisticated three-step process. First, an AI like Gemini drafts the technical articles about complex stuff, like electrical code changes. Second, it helps build compelling case studies about local projects. And then finally, other tools come in to optimize and polish that content so it's easy to read and performs great in search engines.
So, what's the end game here? What's the point of all this content? It's one thing, total dominance of the local map pack. You know that box that pops up with a map and the top 3 local businesses when you do a local search? When a homeowner's got an emergency, that's where they look. And that's exactly where this strategy is designed to put its clients.
Okay, so getting seen, that's step one, but that's only half the battle. Next, you have to actually convert that concern, that website traffic, into real, scheduled jobs. And that takes a very specific kind of digital foundation.
The heart of this foundation is what they call the tradesman lead machine. So forget about your generic cookie-cutter business website. This is a tool that has been engineered from the ground up for one single purpose: to turn a worried visitor into a booked service call.
And a really key part of this whole strategy is being transparent with pricing.
The source material is super clear about this. This specialized website is a fixed investment. There are no hidden fees, no surprises. A business knows exactly what it's getting and exactly what it costs, and that builds a massive amount of trust right from the start.
So how does it actually convert so well? Well, it focuses on 3 things that speak directly to a customer who's in a stressful situation. You've got smart forms that filter for only serious inquiries. You have urgent calls to action that make it incredibly easy to get help now. And you have prominent trust signals, things like licenses and badges that immediately tell a stressed-out homeowner they're in safe hands.
At the end of the day, the success of this whole system is measured by one single crucial metric, the cost per qualified lead, or CPL. In simple terms, how much does it cost to get the phone to ring with a serious, ready-to-hire customer on the other end? The whole goal is to drive that cost way down, to make sure every marketing dollar is turning into a profitable job.
And this all leads to the bottom line, what the source calls the WYSIWYG promise. That stands for what you see is what you get. It means no fuzzy vanity metrics. Success is only measured by 3 tangible results: the number of calls and leads you get, your ranking in that local map pack, and that all-important cost per qualified lead. That's it.
So let's wrap this up with a question that really gets to the heart of this entire strategy. You have to ask yourself, is your business focused on solving the most urgent, the most non-negotiable problems for your customers? Because as this Texas Playbook clearly shows, that's where the real opportunity is waiting.